It all comes down to Game 4 as the New York Islanders look for their first win against the Carolina Hurricanes. The Isles staring down a sweep on home ice Saturday as they trail the series 3-0 in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. The puck drops on Game 4 at 2 p.m. To get us set for face-off, let's welcome into the program Isles beat writer for the New York Post, Ethan Sears. Down 3-0 in this series. Take us inside the dressing room for the Islanders. What's the mood like with their season on the brink?
Well, first of all, Jason, thanks so much for having me. The Islanders, as you can imagine, they're trying to find some sort of optimism to cling to, and basically what that is that they like the way that they played in games 1 and 3. They controlled a lot of the play. They maybe weren't able to convert enough of their chances to win, but they think that they found, or that they have something there that maybe they can build on. So they're trying to look for that. They're trying to view this as, let's try to win one game as opposed to win 4. We'll take it one game at a time. But obviously down 3-0, it's hard to kind of make that argument and sound good, at least outside of the room. Within the room, I'm sure it's, the optimism can sell, but outside of it, it's, well, down 3-0. That's a pretty steep hill to climb.
Yeah, a daunting task lies ahead. We saw Ilya Sorokin get the nod in Game 3, only to give up 3 goals in the first 2 periods. Where does head coach Patrick Waugh stand, and where does he look now to get the nod in the net in a pivotal Game 4?
Well, Jason, Semyon Varlamov is going to start this afternoon, and I would imagine that if they don't get eliminated today, he is going to have the net for the rest of the postseason. He had pretty much supplanted Sorokin as the number 1 starter late in the season anyway. They were hoping that they could catch lightning in a bottle with Sorokin in Game 3, and pretty much the opposite happened. Right now it looks like kind of a summer project to get Sorokin's confidence back, to get him back to the player who we saw a year ago, who, was a Vezina Trophy finalist, who was keeping the Islanders in every game. Right now, his confidence just seems a little bit shaky, which obviously the other night didn't help. And it would be pretty tough to go back to him at this point.
Yeah, confidence is something that every player needs, especially this late in the postseason. The offense, their confidence needs a boost right now, except for that start in Game 2. The offense has been a bit anemic for the Islanders. What do they need to do to generate quality scoring opportunities in Game 4?
Well, like I said, they like the way that they played in games 1 and 3, actually better than the way they did in Game 2. They were able to control a little bit more of the play, especially Game 3. They had a good number of shifts that were in the offensive zone where they were holding onto the puck, they were cycling, they were coming down the walls, winning battles, doing a lot of good things, and just kind of not able to finish those chances. So what they really need to do is maybe generate a little more traffic in front of Freddie Anderson, get him moving side to side, and find ways to beat him, because that's been the issue so far. And there's a chance that they'll see Pyotr Kochetkov today instead of Anderson, so that might help them a little bit. They've had good shifts, they've had decent chances. They just need to convert them.
Okay, I want to get your thoughts on Patrick Waugh. Legendary goalie in his own right, but he's called in midseason to take over a then floundering Islanders team. How would you assess the job he's done since becoming the head coach for this squad?
I think he's done very well, Jason. I don't think that the Islanders would have made the playoffs if they hadn't brought in Patrick Waugh. I think he's made the right changes to the system. They became a much better defensive team under him. Some of the offensive changes probably haven't clicked quite as much with this roster, and I'm eager to see what it looks like after an offseason, because I think that his mind is in the right place. He's somebody who, commanded a lot of respect in the dressing room, and was able to overhaul things in a way that I don't think many other, potential new coaches or interim coaches would have been able to do on the fly in the middle of the season, simply just by dint of being Patrick Waugh and having that pedigree of winning the way he did as a player. The fact that, so many of the guys, know who he is, watched his highlights. Maybe some of them watched him, growing up. That gives you a different kind of cachet in the room. I think he bears, little to no responsibility for where they are in terms of this series, and a lot of responsibility for the fact that they're in the playoffs to begin with.
Yeah, Patrick Wagh's fingerprints all over this organization and helping them get to this point. We'll see what strings he can pull as they hope to keep their season alive in Game 4. Ethan Sears of the New York Post, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Jason.